Hurricane season's underway, and we saw firsthand with Tropical Storm Colin that those storm systems can pack a violent punch. You saw the path of destruction all the way from the west side to the north side of Jacksonville. This is perhaps the best time to go ahead and start evaluating the situation in your yard right now so you don't have problems with trees and branches coming down, maybe even on your car before the next storm hits. Joining us now is Brad Bushore, an arborist with Bushore's Tree Surgeons on the south side. Hey, thanks for being here. So, Brad, when do I know I've got something that needs some attention? What are some clues?
Well, first, we need to see in the canopy. There's things that you're not going to be able to see from the ground, that when an arborist is actually in your tree, pruning your trees, you're going to be able to inspect things a lot better from up here than you can from the ground.
Well, are there some things that could give you a clue that maybe you should go ahead and employ an arborist? Like, if you've got a little nasty rainstorm that comes through and all of a sudden your driveway is littered with smaller branches and things.
Obviously, if you see large dead branches, branches with no leaves on them, you're going to want to get those taken care of, because inevitably those are going to be the ones that fall. So you definitely want to get those taken care of.
And I guess another thing you have to be aware of is if you've got tree limbs that are hanging over power lines, that could be a very dangerous situation, and you could also lose power.
Absolutely. You want to be able to lighten up limbs that could impose a danger on houses, garages, power lines, etc.
Is there anything on that particular tree you're sitting in right now that you can show us that, once you got up there and you saw the canopy, you went, this needs attention?
Well, things we're going to look at when we're up here in the tree, we're going to look at the branch unions. We want to see good branch unions. We don't want to see anything with included bark. That's going to be a potential for failure. Included bark's going to pose a big threat for wind damage and storm damage.
And let me ask you about some responsibility. If you've got this huge tree and your neighbor's property is not that far off and you've got branches that are hanging over, is it your responsibility because the tree's on your property to go ahead and have those branches trimmed?
Obviously, anything that hangs over your property, you can go ahead and take care of yourself. The tree owner does have the right to trim anything, whether it hangs over the neighbor's property or not. So, if it's your tree, you should really take care of it and try to preserve and protect your neighbors.
And just out of curiosity, given what we saw with Colin and the number of trees that were down and limbs and branches that crashed onto trucks and cars and things on people's driveways, are you getting a lot of phone calls with people saying, you know what, I better do a checkup here?
Absolutely. The biggest thing I can tell you is don't wait till the last minute. The summer season is definitely going to be a busy time in our industry. Get things taken care of in advance. Don't wait till a storm is upon us to get things in your yard ready for the storm.
And are there certain kinds of trees that are more problematic than others?
Absolutely. When we talk about uprooting trees, we're talking more our surface rooting trees, our water oaks, maple trees, things that have a shallow root system are definitely going to be more prone to uprooting.
All right, Brad, thanks very much. And for everybody who's watching right now, stay with us because at 7:45, Brad's going to rejoin us. He's going to be on the ground this time, and he's going to tell you how to determine if your trees are healthy enough to withstand a big storm and to make sure that something like, the water oaks and things that topple aren't going to be problematic for you. So what you'll need to look for in about 20 minutes' time.